Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 4 today. And this is Barry here, and welcome back to the Monday edition of the show. Well, first up, just going back over this time last year, where we were wrapping up the show. And now, to tell us more about that, it's a very big welcome back to Alec Taylor. Welcome to episode 4 today.
Hey Barry, thank you very much for having me back on the show. Really super exciting, mate. Super exciting to be restarting and kicking off. It's been, you can probably tell me exactly how long it's been, but it's...
Well, it was only a year tomorrow that we did the last wrap together, and today being the 20th day of March, because last year it was Sunday the 20th of March, and we did the last wrap on Monday.
Wow, okay, so almost exactly a year. That's classic.
So 365 days on.
Yeah.
Well, today, guys, we're going to talk about Easter. Well, we did talk about it last week, but today we're going to talk about Easter eggs. Now, who loves Easter eggs and hot cross buns and all that? Let us know down below here. Here's Alec for his opening sequence on this now.
Oh yes, mate. So Easter eggs are huge in our family. Even now that my kids are all becoming grown-ups, they still ask us for an Easter egg hunt every year, which is kind of a bit silly because they obviously know there's no Easter bunny. But they like the chocolate, and they even like the hunt itself, which is sort of hilarious, you know. But how about you? Do you like the Easter eggs and that kind of
Well, I kind of eat the dairy that. So you know, guys. Last year we said goodbye to you guys. Alec and I did, but now we're back.
Absolutely. We're back. We're getting the band back together, mate.
So, we all love to celebrate Easter, guys. But the most important thing is staying safe on the road. Now, if you're planning an Easter trip, guys, be mindful, because if you leave on the day when everybody's going away, there's lots of traffic. Here's Alec now for this.
Yeah, that's right, mate. There's always a pile of traffic, isn't there, at the start of the holidays? And I think you've got some really good tips for driving holidays, don't you?
Yep, and we will recap on that. Now, make sure your car is serviced before you take it out on the road, because if you don't, you can go bang, or something can break or snap or blow up or anything like that. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So it's a really good idea to make sure the car is in good working order before you go on a long trip. Like maybe the oil is low and it might overheat, or it could be any number of things, couldn't it, that could go wrong. So great idea to get the car serviced.
And make sure that your battery's good too. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So and I think they do that now, don't they? They test the battery whenever they put your car in for a service. They test the quality of the battery to see if it's still working properly, and if it's not, then they'll swap it out and put a new one in. And then you can be sure the car will start every time.
So, we all know that you want to go away, but remember, if you're going away on a long trip, ladies and gentlemen, stop, revive, and survive. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, good advice, mate. Good advice. So, particularly if you're going for one of those really long trips where you've got several hours of driving, always good to stop, take a break, have a rest. You know, maybe have a snack, a picnic or something.
Because if you drive on a long trip without a break, that is it. If you lose control of your car and flip over, that is it. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, and I guess the risk is falling asleep. You know, or
It is.
getting tired and distracted. And then not concentrating properly, and then having an accident would be pretty bad. And in fact, that's one of the reasons why the traffic's always so bad, isn't it? Because people seem to have more accidents around the holidays. So that's good advice. Stop, revive, survive. That's a good one.
So don't speed to get to your destination. Relax. Take your time. Take a breath. Take a break. Don't stress. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, mate, I think that's great advice. It's almost like your holiday starts when you leave the house, isn't it? You should be trying to be more calm and relaxed from the moment you set out, not just when you get there where you're going, you know? So be more relaxed and calm on the road.
And also, don't have the radio up full blast or use your mobile phone. Keep an eye on the road. This is very important. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, that's right. So I think actually with the mobile phone stuff these days, I think the law is you're not even allowed to touch it now. I think it's completely, I don't know, Sarah knows better about this, but I feel like the law is that you're not allowed to even touch it at all, a mobile phone. Like you're allowed to have it playing music through your car, I think, but yeah. Do you know about that?
Well, you're not even allowed to answer the phone.
By touching it. I think you can answer it like with your car. So I think if your car is connected to your phone, then you can still make phone calls. But if it's not connected, then I think you're right. I think you're not allowed to.
Because if you answer your phone or text guys and the cops see you, that is it. You could be fined very heavily. And that is your license ripped up and your holiday is over before it even starts. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, I think the police are out in bigger numbers, aren't they, in the holiday times? And they're very careful and they're looking for people doing those things. So you're much more likely to get that fine, you know, on that day that you head out at the start of the holidays.
So don't leave home in the middle of the night because you want to have as much sleep as you can at home before leaving and have a nice shower to freshen up as well before leaving, and also cancel your grocery order as well online as well, because you don't want off milk or food sitting on your doorstep. And have someone look after your pets. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, of course, that's great advice, isn't it? Because, if you're heading away, some people, I guess, might take their pets, but if they don't take their pets, they've got to figure out what they're going to do with them, don't they?
Have someone look after your pets and get someone to look after your mail as well. Here's Alec.
Yeah, that's right. So, what's the story with the mail? Why do you think it's a good idea for someone to be collecting the mail? I guess just picking up.
Checking the mailbox
Yeah. Okay.
for any junk mail and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, and I guess you don't want other people. I guess other people could, if it were just building up while you were away, then someone else could maybe come along and take it or whatever. I suppose.
So guys, just I'm going back off Easter for a bit. Okay? Let's cast back to the very last episode just for a bit. Okay? It was a very emotional time, not only for myself, but for Alec as well. And it was, I think, episode 349 when we wrapped up. But guys, it was very emotional. So guys, it really is great to be back here at St. Ives. Okay, it really is. Okay. So thank you for welcoming me back into St. Ives. And it's been really great. So going back over the Easter now. So if you feel tired, guys, okay, please, for God's sake, okay, stop, revive, and survive. You only have the one life out there on that road. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, mate, that's really good advice. So definitely want to take your time, stop, revive, survive if you're driving a long way, and focus on being calm and relaxed, you know. What are some of the other things that are happening over Easter?
Well, the Easter show.
Yeah.
Because that's, so if you go in there, guys, leave early and leave the car at home and get public transport and buy your early bird tickets. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, great advice. So get there early, save a little bit of money on your early bird tickets. What are some of the things that viewers might get to enjoy at the show?
The pets, the wood chopping.
Oh, the wood chopping.
And the dogs, and of course, the show bags. Here's Alec now.
Oh yes, show bags. They're sort of a funny one, aren't they? There's always that wall of stalls with millions and millions of show bags. And there's usually a lot of junk food, isn't there, in the show bags?
And a waste of money, so.
Yeah.
So take a pack lunch if you don't.
Yeah.
Feel like buying lunch. Here's Alec now.
Yeah, I think that's good advice too, mate. But I agree with you that those things like the wood chopping, the dog shows, they're always good, aren't they? They're sort of funny and cute. And there used to be, do you remember there used to be a stunt car show? Did you ever see that?
I did, where they used to go like that up and over.
Yes. And I remember one year a car drove around on 2 wheels for a while.
Oh, it did.
Yeah. And also fireworks. Do they have fireworks there?
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Yeah, they could well have fireworks there. But I actually like the animals. Just, you know, they usually have like... do you ever go and visit the animals and look at some of the different types of animals that they have?
I like the cows.
Oh, yes. The cows are cool. And they sometimes have a big hall full of chooks.
They do.
Oh, and then there's the nursery.
They have that too.
What do you remember seeing at the nursery, mate? When was the last time you went?
I don't know, like it was years ago. So guys, to close this short show today, have fun over Easter. Take it safe, play it safe on the road. work out what time you're going to leave and how long it's going to take to get there, and share the driving. Make sure you've got enough petrol in the car to get there and back. Service your car, guys. It is really important. Here's Alec.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Lots of good tips there for the viewers on how to stay safe and have fun over the Easter break.
And remember, the message that I've been closing the show each time with, and that is 000. You know what it is. The message. Only use 000 if you've got a life-threatening emergency. Do not, and we repeat, do not ring 000 unless you or someone in your family is being threatened or you've got a medical emergency. 000 is not a chit-chat line or a pizza delivery service or a lifeline service. If you need lifeline, guys, their number is 131114. But if you are experiencing a medical emergency, please do ring for an ambulance. But don't waste the call taker's time with stupid prank calls. Here's Alec now to close episode 4 with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yeah, great advice. Really important advice that, particularly not wasting resources for 000, but also the number for Lifeline. It's really useful so if people are feeling down, they have that number. What was that number again, mate?
131114.
Yeah, awesome, mate. Great advice and a great way to close the show.
And please, be honest with 000 and tell them exactly what the problem is. We discussed this on the very last show, and if you are calling from home at night, make sure that you leave a light on so the paramedics can find your house in the dark, okay, and have a front light on so that they know that there's somebody home. Here's Alex to take us out with that.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks, Barry. And look, and thanks for having me on the show again, mate. It is so exciting to be kicking off again. Already in episode 4. That's incredible. So we've already done 4 since you've been back. And it'll be interesting, to see how the numbers tick up over the coming sort of weeks and months and years, mate. Really exciting and lovely to be back on the show. So thank you for having me, mate.
And just a reminder that daylight saving will be ending on Sunday, April 2nd. So instead of it being 20 past 10 like it is now, it will be 20 past 9. So 20 past 9 in Brisbane at the moment, but very soon both Queensland and Sydney will have the exact time, and daylight saving will commence again on Sunday, the 1st of October. So here's Alec now to take us out with that second message.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, and a really good tip. I actually didn't know when daylight savings was going to switch over, so good to know. That's about a week and a half away, is that right? So Saturday week?
Saturday week, so.
Okay, so in Saturday week we'll all have to change our clocks. Does that actually coincide with Easter, or is Easter the week after that?
Well, it actually comes in the week when Easter comes.
Wow, okay.
So 3 a.m. will become 2 a.m., guys, so So if you live in New South Wales, Victoria, Tasmania, the ACT, South Australia, and NSW, that is us, do not forget to turn your clock back 1 hour before you go to bed on Saturday night, April 1st. So daylight saving will end on Sunday morning, the 2nd of April, at 2 a.m. So this is in aid of winter and the fall. So that means the cooler months will be happening. And on that note, guys, that is the end of episode 4. Thanks for your company today, and I look forward to the next episode in a couple of weeks with Alec. But until then, here he is to say goodbye now.
Thanks, mate. Cheerio to the viewers, and thanks for having me on your show again.
So, and Alec, great to be back with you. So, that's a wrap, folks. Bye for now.